I am so incredibly excited for this video because one of my besties, Angelica Nyquist, is the owner, founder of the indie brand Singe Beauty, and they have released their newest palette, this beauty right here, Agate Temptation. I recently was able to go on the Creators and Friends Destin trip where my bestie Angie hosted a dinner on behalf of Singe Beauty to reveal this beautiful palette here. I know that's when a lot of you first laid your eyes on this palette, when there were a bunch of creators posting about it. We were able to share the color story. We were able to play with it. This palette was, of course, gifted to me, and I am just so incredibly excited about this palette. I am excited to share it with you. I am excited to share some looks with you. So why don't we just go ahead and I'm gonna dive in. Before we talk about the new Agate Temptation palette, Singe Beauty did release their first palette at the end of last year, Galactic Visitor, and I was super excited for this one because Angie is known for her beautiful, bold, colorful looks. But the thing as a neutral lover that was very comforting for me with this palette was this top section right here. Like, cover this up. This is a neutral palette, y'all. We have a gold, we have a neutral shade, we have some neutral colors here. But then down at the bottom, if you want to play, if you want some blues, if you want a minty green, I really love this shade down here, Milky Way mixed with Orbit is very, very comfortable for me. You have this beautiful Encounter shade here. This was a great palette, I feel like, whether you are a color lover or a neutral lover, it's almost bringing the best of both worlds together. So I was super excited. Of course, I mean, Angie is one of my best friends, so anything she does, I'm going to be her biggest cheerleader and I'm going to be rooting for her. But I thought she killed it with this palette because knowing her in person, I know how much attention to detail she pays. I know that she takes this very seriously. Like, if she does not like something, she will be like, no, you need to fix it. So I know that about her. I knew this was going to be amazing. I love the pan sizes. I love the layout. Of course, I love the artwork. So this palette did release the end of last year. It is available on her website, but I'm pretty sure she said there's limited stock there. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. But this palette, we are focusing on the new beauty, Agate Temptation. Now, I did film my Creators and Friends video and I talked about this palette in here briefly, but I have to say, I was very excited for this color story too, because as a neutral lover, this palette still has a lot of shades for me as well. So you can work in rows going horizontally. You can also mix and match, but I also kind of see quads too, where you can work together in sections here. Now, of course, I'm drawn to this row. I was drawn to this pairing here. I love these mossy green shades, this crystallized shade. I am going to show you how I used this beautiful duochrome with the orange green shift, but I love the formula, I love the quality, and I was super excited to see the color story on this one. Angie told us at the dinner that agate is a stone, and for a time there she wanted to be a geologist. So this is like the inside of the agate stone, and that's what her color story was, kind of like a 70s retro vibe here. So I love this. I am so incredibly proud of her. I am so excited for this palette. I want to share with you two looks. I want to show you some wearable looks. I do have tons of friends who are also at Creators and Friends Destin who have received this in PR and already posted videos, and they have a plethora of beautiful looks. You should definitely go check them out. But as someone who is a neutral lover, I'm a teacher, I'm on the go, I don't have a lot of time to spend creating very beautiful, eccentric, glowing looks. I just have to do quick, easy out the door and something that's comfortable for me. So I'm going to show you two looks that are super easy to do, don't take very much skill at all, and we are going to go ahead and dive into those in just a moment. I do want to let you know we now have information on when this is going to release. This will be launching this Friday. I believe I'm gonna post this on Thursday, so tomorrow, May 16th at noon Central Standard Time. Angie was able to keep this at $45, which I think is amazing. You know, with her being an indie brand and the tariff situation, she was able to keep this palette at $45. So definitely set your alarms. I will have a link down below, but let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom you in and show you two looks. This will be the second look using the new Agate Temptation palette. Let's go. Okay, I'm super excited to create my first on-camera look with the Agate Temptation palette. I've of course played with this palette before, but it's the first look that I am creating on camera, and I'm in a little bit of a hurry. So we're going to do like a quick, easy look here. I'm gonna start with this shade right here. This is my Singe E08, and I'm tapping into this first shade. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it all over. So I am putting it on the lid, but I wanna take it up into the crease as well. And this is going to be like my base shade. Y'all know I'm a neutral lover anyway, so quick and easy looks are my jam. So I'm taking the same brush and just picking up a little more on the tip instead of the flat portion, and I'm just running that through the crease. The shade looks like a greenish gray in the pan, and it's pulling kind of bluish thanks to my shirt. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Nice and easy. If I had to pick a favorite brush from Singe, it would be the Singe E01. I love that for the lid shade, and we are going to take this translucent shade. I'm gonna put it on the brush, spray it with Fix Plus, and put that all over the lid. Okay, so here is the shade Translucent, and it's a beautiful shifty shade on its own, but I love putting it right on top of that matte shade just to give it a little bit more of a base, because it is kind of a more translucent shade. I love that these shimmers pick up so well on a brush too. You could use your finger. I know plenty of people love to use their finger to apply shimmers to get more sparkle and shine. That is not my preferred method, so I do love that these shades pick up beautifully on a brush. I hope you can't hear that really annoying sound from outside, but the last thing I'm gonna do with my Sigma pencil brush, and Singe also has a pencil brush, but I don't know where it is, and like I said, I'm kind of in a hurry. I'm taking that matte shade, and I'm going to run this right underneath the lower lash line. I think what I'm gonna do for a little definition is go into just a tap of this Plume shade, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer edge of the lower lash line, and I think that's gonna help create a little bit more definition, although this will be a very light, soft look. Then I'm just gonna take this Silica shade with my pinky, and I picked up a little bit more than I wanted, so I'm gonna tap it out. This is a beautiful, like gold, sparkly, shifty shade. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me go ahead and finish up with some mascara and a lip. I'll be right back. Okay, and so here is the finished look here using the Agate Temptation palette. I love it because it's simple, it's easy, it's not too bold and colorful that it scares me as a neutral lover, but I just love the way that it has a shift and a shine, and it was easy to create. For blush, of course, I am wearing my Singe Beauty blushes. I like to create a little sunset vibe. One of my favorite ways to wear the blushes are to pair Timid Tomato and Persistent Persimmon to create a little bit of like a sunset blush. And these are a glowy blush without being sparkly or shimmery or glittery. It just gives you like a nice sheen. Now I do have some highlighter on as well, but I love the way that this looks. On the lips, I have Lunar Beauty. So this is the Milk Tea Liner and the Icon Lipstick. And that is the finished first look. Let's go ahead and jump into the second one. Okay, so we are here to do my second look with the Agate Temptation palette. This is the look that you will see in the intro and the outro, although I haven't seen it yet. I wanna use this shade right here in Crystallized, but a lot of times when I see people using it, they're using it with the greens. So I kind of wanna use it with the warmer shades, is what I am thinking today. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my Singe E03, and I wanna go into this warm shade right here in Agate, I think is how you say it. And I'm just going to put this all over the crease. I've used this shade before. I used like these three right here when I was in Destin, and it created like a beautiful neutral gold look. But I actually I want to play with crystallized. But I thought it would be fun since my first look that I created is a little bit more green, to try and tap into it with these warmer shades. So then what I'm gonna do is take my Singe EO2, which is a little bit smaller, and I wanna go into this metamorphic shade right here. And what I wanna do is I wanna focus this on the outer portion and bring it up into the crease. But I'm using a fluffier brush because I don't want it to be super like deep and dense. I just kind of wanna create a little bit more definition. And look how beautiful these shades are blending into each other. I mean, that is so easy. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is take my Singe E11, which is a pencil brush, and I'm gonna tap into this Agate shade first and run that along the lower lash line. But then I think I'm gonna take this deeper shade right here and focus that on the outer corner. I do wanna get Agate's down first though. Taking the same brush and going into this Dendric shade, just like a little tap, and I'm just going to kind of focus this on the outer part of that lower lash line. I'm gonna take my Sigma E33 and go back into Agate's just to kind of get that blown out a little bit more on the lower lash line. Then what I think is going to be the star of the show is this beautiful shade right here in crystallized with my Singe EO1. I'm gonna get it on the brush and spray it with Fix Plus. This shade is more of a satin and has like a green gold shift, and it has been so beautiful with the green matte shades that I've seen. But I haven't seen it quite with these warmer shades, and I think it's gonna make it pull. I just poked my eye. Oh my gosh, I literally just poked my eye with the brush. Full on poked my eye. We're gonna give that eye a second. And I actually kind of love it with these neutrals because it is pulling more orange, although you can see the hint of green. I'm gonna take my finger and silica again and pop that right on the inner corner. Very bold and shifty and shimmery. Let's go ahead and get some mascara and see the finished look. Okay, and here is the finished look here. On my lips, I do have Lunar Beauty again, so I have the Milk Tea lip liner, but this time I have the Full Fantasy lipstick in Lanny. And I'm in the era where I'm like mixing my blushes, so I wanted to use my two other Singe blushes. This time I went in with Risky Raisin and Riveting Rhubarb, and so I focused Risky Raisin on like the back of my cheek and then Riveting Rhubarb on the apples of my cheek. And so here we have the finished look, which I think is just so warm and beautiful and neutral and murky, and I'm a huge fan, if you can't tell. Okay friends, that is going to do it for this video. Agate Temptation, my two looks. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Are you excited for this color story? Are you going to be picking this one up? Which shade are you most excited about? I can't wait to hear. Of course, check out her evocative blushes. If you have not, they are amazing. Galactic Visitor is on the website. That palette is amazing. Angie is killing it out here. She is doing a fantastic job, and I am so proud of her. So I would love to know what you thought about the two looks. I would like to know if you are picking this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Make sure you are subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.